Ciao a tutti! Hi everybody! Welcome back to my channel. Today in this video you're going to be learning how to use correctly the future simple, il futuro semplice. This, as the name says, it actually is a very easy and simple verb tense to learn. So do not worry, it's not one of those frustrating Italian things that you need to learn today. It's actually quite easy. But I have to say that there is a little thing that can cause confusion. That little thing is that it cannot really be translated exactly into the English future verb tense. So the form will, okay? So the English future form with will. Why do I say this? Well, because in Italian, you will choose to use the present simple instead of the future simple when you're talking about a future action that is very near or that is certain. Let me give you an example. If I'm translating a sentence like, I'm leaving tomorrow, my choice of translation will be domani parto. Parto is the present simple of the verb partire. You can say domani partirò, but honestly, using the future simple in this sentence sounds a little bit funny. It's just, it's off. So remember, when you're talking about a near future or something that is certain, you should prefer using the present simple and not the future simple. So, when are we going to use the future simple? You will use the future simple for those actions that will happen in a future that is not so near as to the moment in which I'm talking. And you will use it also for uncertain actions, so for possibility and also when you're guessing. Let me give you some examples. Un giorno andrò in Africa. This means one day I will go to Africa. In this case, the future is not so near. I'm talking about one day. I'm not specifically saying when I will go. So there is no specific idea of when this action is happening. You know that it's not a very near fact. Also, it could be a possibility. Un giorno andrò in Africa. It's like saying, oh, one day I would love to go, okay? If you say something like that, you have that feeling that, okay, that's something that I would like to do, but I haven't planned it yet. So it's also uncertain. You might not even do it. Let's look at the second example. Tra 100 anni viaggeremo con il teletrasporto. In 100 years' time, we will move by teleportation. As you can see, I'm giving you a time reference which is far away from now, 100 years' time. And also, I'm giving you something that's not 100% sure. It's an uncertain fact. So if you have to choose from present simple or future simple, ask yourself this question. Is this going to happen almost certainly in the near future? If your answer is yes, then use the present simple. If your answer is no, then you have to use the future simple. I told you at the beginning that you can also use the future simple when you're giving a guess. Okay, so you're guessing on an action, on a fact. For example, if I say, dov'è il gatto? Non lo so. Sarà in giardino. The sentence means, where's the cat? I don't know. Maybe he's in the garden. In this case, I'm using the future simple, sarà, simply because I'm not 100% sure where the cat is and I'm giving it a guess. Another example. Che ore sono? Non lo so. Saranno le 6:30. Once again, I'm asking, what time is it? And the answer is, I don't know. Maybe 6:30. Once again, I'm giving it a guess. It's not certain, I'm guessing, what time it is right now. The conjugation of the future simple is actually nice and easy. You do not have lots of irregular verbs, but if you want to have all these information plus the irregular verbs all nicely conjugated for you, you can download the PDF that you can find in the link in the comment box here below. You can match this video lesson with this grammar book. You will find an affiliation link right below. At page 162, you will find specific exercises on the future simple. This is a great book for self-studying because you do have your answers at the back. So match it with this lesson and you have a lovely, lovely Italian lesson for you. All right? First little rule that you have to know when you're conjugating the future simple. All of the verbs that end with are, A-R-E, and ere, E-R-E, are conjugated in the exact same way, meaning that the endings of the conjugations for the verbs that end in are exactly the same as those that end in ere. Look at these two verbs as a comparison. Amare. This verb finishes with A-R-E, and it will be io amerò, tu amerai, lui lei amerà, noi ameremo, voi amerete, loro ameranno. Be careful here. You heard me say it and you can also see it on the screen. There are some vowels with an accent. Make sure that you say that little accent out correctly, okay? There is a video on accents and vowels. I will put that in the link below if you need to review that. But please remember that the future simple is a verb tense that will have an accent. Now, amare ended with A-R-E. Let's look at a verb that ends with E-R-E, like prendere. Io prenderò, tu prenderai, lui, lei prenderà, noi prenderemo, voi prenderete, loro prenderanno. All of the regular verbs that end in I-R-E will end like the verb aprire. Io aprirò, tu aprirai, lui, lei aprirà, noi apriremo, voi aprirete, loro apriranno. Now, I did say that you don't have lots of irregularities, but there are some. Quick little rule. Remember that all of the verbs that end with C-A-R-E, like the verb dimenticare, you see that it finishes with C-A-R-E, and all the verbs that end with G-A-R-E, like pagare, they have a little exception. You take the conjugation and you need to add an extra H. Let's look at their conjugation. Io dimenticherò, tu dimenticherai. You see, right after the C, you have an H. Lui, lei dimenticherà, noi dimenticheremo, voi dimenticherete, loro dimenticheranno. Be careful, it's a strong K sound. Same thing with those verbs that end with G-A-R-E. Io pagherò, tu pagherai. Did you see that little H has been inserted right after the G? Lui, lei pagherà, noi pagheremo, voi pagherete, loro pagheranno. Once again, it's a strong G sound. And obviously, the first irregular verbs that I have to tell you are essere, the verb to be, and avere, the verb to have, because as you know, they're always irregular. And how are these conjugated? Io sarò, tu sarai, lui, lei sarà, noi saremo, voi sarete, loro saranno. Io avrò, tu avrai, lui, lei avrà, noi avremo, voi avrete, loro avranno. So start remembering these as your first irregular verbs, okay? In the PDF, I have inserted a longer list of irregular verbs. I will say some of them right now, but if you are interested in learning the full conjugation of those verbs, check out the PDF. Right now, I'm just going to give you the verb and I'm going to give you the conjugation at the first person, okay? Just to give you at least the stem, the beginning of the word. Then you will have to add the endings. For all those endings, if you want to have like a little quick list, get the PDF by clicking on the link below. It's free, okay? Here you go. I'm going to be reading off a list. So if you see me looking down, it's because I have a list in my hands, okay? Here you go. Andare, io andrò. Bere, io berrò. Cadere, io cadrò. Dare, io darò. Dire, io dirò. Are you saying the little accent with me? Dirò. Dovere, io dovrò. Fare, io farò. Potere, io potrò. Sapere, io saprò. Stare, io starò. Tenere, io terrò. Vedere, io vedrò. Venire, io verrò. Vivere, io vivrò. Volere, io vorrò. Okay, so once again, match this video with the book that I have suggested and you have a wonderful Italian lesson that you can use for self-studying. If you have any doubts, write a comment below and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and I will give you a big kiss. Un bacione! Ciao a tutti!